I was born in Nebraska, moved to Alabama when I was about 6 years old. I went all the way through grade school and high school and then obviously on to Auburn University. So I did well early on until some of my social desires precluded my academic pursuits. I spent 6 quarters in the Delta Chi house. Less than sterling academic performance, but certainly I cultivated a wonderful set of social skills that have served me well lo these many years. And at $75 a quarter, it's the best money I ever spent.
As I understand it, Pooh, I can't resist that, Doug, Pooh didn't do so well academically his first round, and so he went to the Navy. The Navy took away the boy and they sent back the man.
I moved into an apartment with Alan Curly Harris, and we just became fast friends. He was not as serious as I was the second time, but he made it.
In truth, beginning of summer '69 primarily, and after that, and even since, and even recently, he is a stunning result of my tutelage.
And then of course when I got to the College of Veterinary Medicine, again, giants of the profession, Dean Vaughn, Dr. Winkler, Dr. Walker, Dr. Hudson. In those quarter breaks when a dystocia came in, a cow trying to deliver a calf, they always came for me because I had the longest arms and the greatest reach. But again, I learned at the feet of those giants and I stand on their shoulders today. Well, George and I were college sweethearts, and I went down to meet George's parents in South Alabama, and her mother observed that I only wore jeans and that I was leaving college to join the Navy. And she decided there was no future for me. But 25 years later, I was single, she was single, living in Atlanta. I drove to Atlanta. I walked into her apartment, I swept her off her feet, and we were married and lived happily ever after. And at the wedding, her mama said, "Why, Georgia? Why did you listen to me? That's the finest man I've ever met."
When I came here, I got a job that was kind of a business thing. And so he's just said, "Why don't you come over here and do this at the Apex, and then we'll just all be there together all the time." So, and I loved being over there. I mean, when you see a little baby that just comes right out, it is just quite something. The puppies that come in and the families are so thankful for you. And it is just a sweet kind of work. And I loved every single minute of it. Yeah, and I loved every single minute of him too, so.
Well, one call that particularly stands out in my memory is a cold February night with a drizzly rain, about 30 degrees, and I get a call from a weekend farmer. So his cow went into labor on Saturday morning, and it's Sunday night, and she still hadn't had that baby. And so he calls Apex Veterinary Hospital. I'm on call, so I drive 30 miles across the county to get to the farm and ask where the cow is, and he points to a dark pasture, and I turn the headlights out and I see a pair of eyes go past. It was a black Angus cow, and all you could see were those eyes moving. So she ran down through the pasture, down a hill, and fell down into a creek and couldn't get up. And it's February, and it's by now 28 degrees, and it's pouring down rain. And I laid in the creek and delivered that calf. And by the time I got out, I was shaking so badly from being so cold I could barely even write the bill out. But I said, I'm gonna stick it to this guy. He waits till Sunday night to call me. So I charged him $12 for the trip fee. I charged him $25 for delivery. And I threw in another $10 for emergency fee. And I gave him the bill. He says, "Damn, Doc, the electrician was out here today to fix a fuse box. He charged me 3 times what you did." 2004, I was a member of a class of 130 Congressional Sciences Fellows. I would get on the Metro every morning in Alexandria, and I'd get off and walk out onto Delaware Avenue and see the Capitol and the Statue of Freedom on the top, and I'd have to pinch myself.
He spent several years up there and came back, and it has given him knowledge and insight that has helped him in his career. But when I think of Pooh, I think of service. All the service he's done, the committee work, the traveling he's done, now the working he's done here for committees for Auburn and for Auburn University. He'll walk down the street and stop and say hello to somebody and say what, and after the conversation, he said, well, let me help you do this. He's service oriented and got a heart of gold.
I did not live a life I always intended, but rather a life of great loves and great endeavors. A life I never could have imagined but for my time at Auburn University. And it's come to fruition for me even to this day.